All right, so if you're in a wheelchair, let's lock the brakes. If the brakes aren't on, they're already on. Brakes are locked on both wheelchairs? Okay. All right, so everybody, what we're going to do today, we're going to go through our seated exercise program. So thanks for joining us. What we're going to do is we're going to focus on exercise that's going to, first off, help build our strength and circulation, but also, too, we want to work on some flexibility and posture, okay? So if you're sitting in a chair that doesn't have like a back support, it's okay, but then again, if your chair is uncomfortable, let me know. But I want you to sit up nice and tall in the chair. So if your butt's not all the way back, make sure your bottom's all the way back in the chair. Feet are on the floor. Bring your feet just a little bit apart. Uncross the legs. That's perfect. That's good. Yep. And then just have your feet flat on the floor. Just uncross the legs. Good. Okay. Hands are in our lap. What we're going to do, we're going to take a nice deep breath in the nose. Exhale out the lips. Deep breath in the nose. Exhale out the lips. One more time, deep breath in the nose. Out the lips. Good. Now what we're going to do with our neck, we're going to turn to the side. We're going to turn over one side, look over your shoulder. Good. Rotate towards the other side, nice and slow. Good. We're going to look over towards the side, look over the shoulder, and look over the other shoulder. Excellent. Good. Now we're going to come back to the center. We're going to look up towards the sky and down towards the floor. Look up towards the sky and down towards the floor. One more time, look up towards the sky and down towards the floor. Good. Now we're going to put our arms to the side of our chair if they're comfortable. If it's too wide, just kind of keep your arms to the side. What we're going to do is we're going to take a nice deep breath in the nose. We're going to lift our arms up towards the sky. You reach as high as you can. Good. Bring your hands back down nice and slow. Exhale. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. And then exhale. One more time, deep breath in, hold it, and then exhale. Good. Now with the legs, what we're going to do, we're going to move our legs around. So we're going to start with just bringing the legs, if you have them flat on the floor. We're going to keep our hands in our laps or on the side of our chair. We're going to just start with some leg raises to kind of get the legs warmed up. So we're just going to kind of bring the knee up. Good. And then switch. Good. We're just going to alternate back and forth. Knee up towards the ceiling and switch. Keep going. Knee up. We're kind of holding at the top a little bit. Good. Just like a pause, and then we go down. Good. One more time each leg. Good. Great. Now we're going to kick our feet straight out in front of us, one at a time. We're going to lift up, hold it, and then go down nice and slow. And then we're just alternating. Other foot, lift up, and down. Switch. And down. Good. And what you do is you might feel the legs starting to get a little shaky, but that's working against gravity. So you're working on strengthening the leg and try to hold it at the top. Hold, then down slow. Hold, down slow. One more time. Good. Now keeping your feet on the floor, we're going to lift the toes and the heels. So we're going to pick our toes up and lift the heel. Good. Lift the toes, lift the heels. Lift the toes. Lift the heels. This is a good stretch for the ankle. Also helps to build some circulation. So if you have problems with a lack of circulation, this is a good exercise to work on. 2 more. Good. 1 more time. Excellent. Now we're going to bring our feet together. The knees are going to squeeze together. And then we're going to bring the legs apart. This is where you can add a band or the ball, squeeze together. And you can wrap the band around the knee, above the knee, and then bring the knees apart. Squeeze together, hold it, and then apart. Good. And you're always just going at your own pace. So whatever is good, comfortable for you. And then apart. Good. Squeeze the knees together. And then bring them apart. Good. Now bring your feet just a little bit apart. Now we're going to work the arms just a little bit. If you have slid a little forward on your chair, just kind of scoot your bottom back so you're nice and tall. Sometimes as you work, you'll kind of slide on your chair, and that's okay. All right. So this round, we're going to work on our arms, our shoulders, also work on our posture, okay? So sitting in your chair, what I'm going to have you do first, we're going to bring our palms together. Good. I want you to lift up towards the sky. Hold at the top, stretch. Good. Bring your hands down, and then we're bringing our palms apart. Bringing our hands out to the side, squeeze the shoulder blades, pinch, 2, 3. Good. Bring the palms together, nice and slow. Take your time. Up towards the sky. Arms up. This is a good stretch for the shoulders. Good. Come down, exhale, and then bring your palms apart. So we're just going to go in that sequence for a little bit of time. Good. Palms together. Lift them up. Nice and slow. Take your time. Good stretch. Great. Come down. And then apart. Excellent. 1 more time through. Lift up. Great. Bring it down. And then apart. Good. Now we're going to bring our hands down to the side of our chair. Palms are going to be facing towards the front of the room or away from your body. Good. Now, keeping your thumbs up towards the ceiling, we're going to come out to the top. We call this a T position, almost like a T. We're going to bring our palms back together, stretch in front of you. Good. Bring them apart. Good. Bring them together. If you're feeling this in the shoulders, you can bring your hands down a little bit because that would be a little less strain on the shoulders. But if you're okay keeping them up, great. Bring them back together. Good job. 2 more. Good. Back together. Last one. And back together. Good job, guys. Excellent. Let the hands relax for just a second. So, and then you can actually just shake them out a little bit because sometimes they get a little tired, especially our shoulders, just because that's where a lot of, you get ailments like rotator cuff and things like that. Gravity's always pulling on our shoulders. So that's why we want to make sure we kind of keep those moving and active. Now the next one we're going to do, keeping your palms, you can put them either on your hand rest or kind of keep them in your lap. It doesn't really matter. We're going to touch our shoulder with our fingertips, and then we're going to bring our hands straight down, and then we're just switching. So we're just going to switch side to side. This is where if you had a dumbbell or a water bottle, you could use for a little resistance to build up your strength. Good. Up. We're just switching side to side. Good. switch, good, switch, good, 2 more, 1 more on each side, good job, good, all right, and then take a break. So we kind of gotten through our routine, our upper body, lower body. Now we're going to add a couple things to kind of work on a little bit more coordination, okay? So this is where it gets a little more of a challenge, but that's what it's for. It's to challenge you a little bit. So if you can't keep up with it, just make sure you go at your own pace. We try to keep it easy as possible, okay? So what we're going to do first, what I'm going to have you do, kind of combination of what we just did. We're going to put our hands together. So you're going to keep your palms together. We're going to lift our arms up, and when we lift our arms up, one of our feet are just going to lift up off the floor with it, okay? So I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to lift our arms up. We're going to bring our foot up. We're going to come down, and then we're going to switch, okay? So we're just going to do it just alternating. Good, okay? So you guys can join now. So we're just going to pick our hands up. One foot comes up. Hold it at the top, breathe. Let it down slow. This is for the core and coordination as well. And then we just switch legs. Hands up. Good. We're just doing 1 on each side. So 1 more round. Lift up. Good. And then lift up. Good. Excellent. Now we're going to do one of those other exercises. So the one where we kind of bring our hands apart, we're going to lift our foot up this time. Okay? And then we switch. So we're just going to bring our hands apart, and then we lift up one of the feet, or just kick the foot forward. Okay? So we're just combining that movement. All right? So palms start in the middle. We're going to open up the palms. We're going to kick our foot up. Breathe. Smile. Good. Come back and switch. Breathe. Smile. Good. Nice and controlled. That's the key. Take your time. Kick that foot straight if you can. Good. Switch. Kick the foot straight. Excellent. Good. Now take a rest. So, combining both movements, what you're doing is you're up and working the upper body and the lower body at the same time. What that makes you do, or it forces us to do, is use our core. And our core is important for standing, balance, walking. Also, it helps to keep your stability. When you're sitting in the chair, talking to friends, you know, sometimes we get tired from sitting up. Some of that's just because our core strength isn't as strong. It's not used to being up, you know, for that period of time. So sometimes too that can contribute to back pain or hip pain because it's all connected. It's like a tree trunk. So that's why it's important to work both the core and also to work on the flexibility and posture. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through a couple things for our flexibility, and then we'll do a little breathing relaxation, and then we'll wrap up our program. See, when you're having fun, it goes quickly. It doesn't seem like we've been exercising that long, but it goes by faster than you really realize. All right, so what we're going to do, since we were just working on the upper body, let's work on some flexibility in our upper body. So putting the palms straight ahead of us, what I'm going to have you do is bring your arms across your body, almost like you're going to give yourself a hug. Hold it. Take a breath. Good. Exhale. You're just going to switch whatever arm was on the top. Switch sides. Have that arm go on the bottom. Whatever arm was on the bottom, go on the top. Good. Give yourself a hug. Take a breath. Exhale. Good. Let the arms come back out. Good. Now I'm going to have you do one arm across your body, one arm underneath. Kind of give a gentle stretch. Bringing the arm across the body. Good. Excellent. Same thing on the other side. We bring one arm across, so the opposite arm comes across. Hand support. Hi. Good. One arm just across. Yep, it's okay. So whatever arm you did last time, it just goes underneath. Yep. So put your hand underneath. Switch. Yep, there you go. Yep, and it just kind of helps. And bring your arm across. Yep, you got it. Good. And then let the arms come down at your side. Kind of shake them out a little bit. Now we're going to work on our hands or the wrists. Bringing your palms together, kind of like what we were doing before, only this time, keep your elbows out to the side. Let the palms come down towards your stomach area or your lap, keeping your fingers up towards the sky. This is the prayer stretch. Just stretches out the fingers, the wrist. Good. And let it relax for a second. Great. Keep the palms together, fingers up towards the ceiling. Drop the hands down, just a little bit of a stretch. This is good if you have carpal tunnel or any type of arthritis in your fingers or wrists. Opens them up. Good. Now I want to have you open your hands just like this in front of you, as much as you can, fingers apart. Stretch them out. Big, big palm, big fingers. Good. Now bring them together. Make a fist, like you're going to deck me. Good. Stretch out. Open them up. Good. Bringing that fist in. Squeeze tight. This is for grip strength. This is good. Open them up. Squeeze them together. One more time. Open them up. Good. Squeeze them together. Good. Now let's relax our hands, and now let's work on our legs. We're going to bring I'm working with my right foot. I'm going to just have you bring your foot up. Point your toe towards your chest. Stretch. Morning. Then point your foot out away. Point your toe up. And then down again, point away. If you can't hold your foot up, just kind of do it on the floor. That's perfectly fine to do. Good. Now let's switch feet or switch sides. Bring the other foot up. One side of your body might be tighter than the other. You might notice that. Or it might be harder to do. Yeah. And that's common. So you just try to work what you can on what you got. What do they say? Make the most of what you have, right?
That's right.
Point your toe away. Pull your toe up towards your chest. This is a good stretch for the hamstring, for the calf. If you had like a belt or something, you could loop that around your foot to give it a little more of a stretch. But this is just using your body. Point the toe away. Good. One more time. Just kind of flex it. Good. And let it down towards the floor. Excellent. Now, what we're going to do with our right leg, let's start with that one. We're just going to make a little bit of a circle, almost like with your whole leg. Kind of loosens up the hip a little bit. Yep. And then we're going to go other direction. Gets goofed up if you're watching someone in front of you. So you're just kind of making a circle with the leg. This loosens up the hip and the knee. Good. Switch sides. We're just going to bring your foot up. And we're just going to make a circle with the leg. Good. Switch direction. Excellent. And then take a break. Now, if you slid a little forward on the chair, just kind of scoot your tush back so you're nice and tall. We're going to go into our relaxation of our session. This is a great part where I love doing this every exercise group I do, just because this helps you kind of center yourself. There will be other sounds and things going on around us. I like to close my eyes in this part, but you feel comfortable, keep your eyes open or closed. But I like to close my eyes. What we're going to do, you can relax your hands either on your arms of your chair or in your lap, whatever is comfortable for you. Keeping your feet squared on the floor. I'm going to have you sit up nice and tall. We're going to take a deep breath in the nose. Try to keep the eyes closed. Exhale out the lips. Deep breath in the nose. Exhale out the lips. One more time, deep breath in the nose. Exhale out the lips. Good. Now, if you have your eyes closed, try to keep them closed and relax. If you feel like your shoulders are up towards your ears, try to let your shoulders relax down away from your ears. If you're holding any tension in your upper body, the elbows, just kind of let that just relax. We're going to take this time to recenter ourselves, our thoughts. Sometimes our thoughts can get in the way of our success, so we just got to make sure we're always thinking positive. We have things going on around us all the time, so sometimes it's good just to slow down, catch up. Our minds can race really fast, so it's good to just kind of relax and recenter ourselves. So we're just trying to relax. If you're holding any tension still in your upper body, just kind of let it relax. Just finding this moment to breathe. And with this last breath, I'm going to have you open your eyes nice and slow. Come back to. Good job, guys. I appreciate you joining me today. And if you ever have any questions, when we do our program, feel free to, let me know, leave a comment, or, just let me know what your thoughts are, or if anything you want to work on or practice, we can definitely do that.
We appreciate you too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for joining me.